Hey everybody, Wally here. Finally making the video for the trailer that I cleaned out. I got it all cleaned up finally. Took about 6 days, 5-6 days to get it all out. So I had to rent this storage unit here since I didn't have enough room at my house, obviously, for all this stuff. I know I'm normally opposed to renting a storage unit because it's just dead inventory sitting here, but this will actually be pretty good because it'll allow me to buy bigger things like these display cases, you know, when I can find them pretty cheap, which I do every now and then, but usually I don't buy them because I don't have the room for them. But, you know, I'll take this and move it to one of my mall booths and, you know, use it to display some things. So we'll start down here. I got a couple boxes of DVDs. These here are just filled with train DVDs from all different types of railroads from around the country. The other is just random movies. There's some old ironing boards, different games, miscellaneous tools, saws, and then there's this weird, like, let's see here, this is a cream tester. Down here it's like cast iron. It's got all these little test tubes in there that you fill up with cream, I guess, and then crank it up, it spins around and does something. I don't have no clue what it does, but and there's a milk bottle, a lamp, lanterns, more tools. There's a bunch of fishing rods. There were some bows in there too, a couple bows. Here's a old metal sign, a couple Crocs, and most of this stuff I haven't gone through any of these boxes, so I'm just kind of looking at what's on top. There's some sports magazines. There's some books in there as well. Let's see here. Here's a bunch of minnow buckets, an old radiator. We got a bunch of these tackle boxes like this. I don't know, probably a dozen or so. They're back underneath all of that there that you can't really get to. There's a couple sports rackets and baseball bats and some little golden books. I got all kinds of children's books. Some more children's books. Like a little cart here. More outdoors, fishing, hunting magazines. Some more tackle boxes and tool boxes. There's some cast iron skillets back there. I don't know if you can see, the light's not the best in here. There's a few air rifles, a couple of those. And then, excuse me, if you see this little white cream-colored basket here, underneath there is about 3 or 4 of those little brown cabinets. All of those blue boxes there, there's a couple red ones underneath. All these clear ones, there's a tackle box there, all the way back to, you can see that white lampshade. All of this is like Hot Wheels, Matchbox, and smaller Tonkas. There's a larger case. It's probably about 3.5, 4 feet long by 2.5 feet wide. That's all filled with Hot Wheels and Tonka and Matchbox, that kind of stuff. I haven't looked through them yet to see if there's any old ones, but even if they're not, I mean, there's a few thousand of them altogether. So that'll be pretty neat to go through. There's some military, looks like Navy uniforms, some car emblems from old different Ford Fury. I think it's a Ford Fury. Pinto. There you go. It's different car things there. More books. There's some soda bottles. Lots of different tins. Little potty chair in case I need to use that. There's some more tins. Let's see here. Oh, here we go. Tin of Vaseline. I didn't know Vaseline ever came in a tin, but that's nice to know. There's some different glass and vases. More tins. Some fishing lures in there. There's a little advertising bank for Gordon's London Dry Gin. Some board games. More baseball bats. There's a little bottle carrier. There's just miscellaneous, some of those aluminum cups. More soda bottles and just miscellaneous. More toolboxes, tackle boxes, tins. Looks like more Navy uniforms. The gateway box, there's a couple boxes there that are like filled with old beer cans. A couple other tackle boxes. Those actually have Hot Wheels in them again. There's a couple in the back that have some fishing lures, so I have to go through all those too. More books, lots of hunting. There's a puzzle, or was a puzzle. Let's see. More hunting, fishing magazines. There's some that are pretty old. These are like the 70s, so not too old. Some books, and then paying out here for all the games. This is like some of these photos I posted earlier in a video. Then there's some race tracks, more games, all in these Rubbermaid tubs here. And puzzles, a couple puzzles, not too many, but mostly games. And I think the oldest one I saw was somewhere in the 40s, I think. I don't remember the name of it, but all the way up until the late 90s. I got some shotgun shells, some different little crates. So I really can't see much because everything's buried, but more crates and books. And just a little bit of everything in here. There's some insulators. I don't even know what's over there. I can't see anything. The no fishing sign. I got 3 or 4 old cash registers. This is the kind of type where you like to take the keys out. Here's a fishing rod case. There's a bunch of fishing rods in there. I have to look through those. I know a lot of those were priced anywhere from $50 to $100 or more. And then just miscellaneous little decorative glass balls. More magazines. Little medicine cabinet. These are just lids from all the Rubbermaid tubs. There's some records. I saw a bunch of tractor manuals in the top of a box. There's a trunk underneath this box. See a ladder. Some deer antlers, some records. More Hot Wheels, Matchbox, miscellaneous toy cars. There's like a aluminum locker, or not a locker, just a little case. Some more little wood display cases. And there was a Chris's Family Restaurant sign. That was an old restaurant here in Sioux Falls. An F100 street sign. And then a little cabinet display case. I don't know what this was supposed to be for. And more, there's some picture frames, a couple other display cases here. Some old doors and windows. More ironing board. And then back over here, so I'm going to put up some of these display, or shelves here like this. I'm going to line it. I think I'm going to line this wall or most of it with this. That way I can put things up here and get stuff off the floor. And it's this old stove. It's an electric stove from somewhere in the 1930s. And another glass display case, a little countertop one. This has a bunch of different stuff in there. There's a gun oil can. Had a price tag of $35 on it. Looks pretty much brand new. There's a fishing reel. Says matchless. It had a price tag of $40. I don't know if these prices are real or not. I don't know much about those. And here's a, I think this is like alabaster stone possibly. It's from Italy. It's from the Santorini's or Santorini. And here's a Gillette ABC razor. It's got the flower design. I think that's from about 1910 or 1112, somewhere around there. And then some miscellaneous fishing lures. One here. Some of them have price tags on it, but like I said, I don't know if these prices are realistic. This is a Shakespeare wood. It looks like it's got a crack in it, so I don't know how much that'll be worth, but some creek chubs and whatever else is in there. So that's pretty much about it. I got the guy who was selling it. I guess he just bought the whole trailer just for the fishing lures that were in there, but I guess he missed a couple back there. So, and I pretty much got everything else except for there was a really gigantic metal display case that there's no way I was going to fit through. There was some shelves on either side that I couldn't remove, so there's no way I was going to get that through. And then there was a pretty trashy bumper pool table that wasn't worth even lifting up. I mean, the top, if you tried to lift it, the top was coming right off, and it was pretty trashed. So I didn't take that either. But pretty much everything else other than the shelves that were screwed into the wall of the trailer I got. So there's the video. As you know, as I go through and I get my shelves up, I'll do more videos in case I find anything. I don't know if there's anything here. I assume there's something. With all the quantity here, I'll easily make my money back. Or I think I'll make my money just off the Hot Wheels alone. There's so many of them. Just I like to bag those up, and I'll sell them for 6 for $3 in a couple of my mall booths. So I guess that's it for now. If you have any comments or questions, post them below or send me an email. So till next time.